I've been hungry, no more waiting for the tables to turn. I dig a pit, put on a stick, and I gather some wood to burn. Exercising all techniques in life that I learned. Cause I can let your gritty hands and everything that I earn. I'm self-made, and I'm just living all that I spoke. You still wearing a noose, and yet you trying to show me the ropes. Much respect, but I keep it strolling with 10 toes to the gravel. Hard to ask in other directions to roll less travel. And so I lace my sneaks. Gotta adapt to how the snakes creep. I'm moving stuff in the jungle cause they scheme on the black sheep. But I swing these bars forever. Yeah, he finna tee up on these lames. Yo, it's your boy Jay-Welch, radiating realness that's always felt. Here with another episode of Triiibe TV. Here with a couple peoples of mine, you already know. A couple familiar faces. We're gonna let everybody introduce themselves. Who we got at the round table today?
Hi, I'm Nandi. I'm your friendly neighborhood tarot reader and astrologer, aka Scorpio Moonbay.
Yeah, I'm Brody Allen. Yup. Music artist, you know. Yeah. Instrumentalist.
Hell yeah.
Yup.
We getting down on the guitar, CED in the building, you already know.
Hey.
Yes.
I'm Jordan. Assalamualaikum. A little poet, little here and there, trying to find my way right now. So.
And we all. That's right now.
So how y'all feeling today?
You know, chill, mellow.
Feeling good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Man, I like this. We got the amethyst and the clear quartz here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, feeling the energy up in here today.
Trying to pull in some of this full moon energy that's about to hit us soon.
So we got a special guest with us here today. My man Jordan here.
What's going on, y'all?
And so we gonna just chop, kick the bobo with him, pick his brain a little bit. See what's working. You know what I'm saying? So before we got on camera though, what was you about to say? You had an interesting question or something like that.
I have a theory. So I feel just like religion and like the largest groups, Judaism, Muslim, and then Christian. So all of them have this like one person that they kind of worship. So it's like, what if it's all the same person? But it's just like from those different, like, because Jesus traveled all the time. Because in the Bible, it doesn't really tell his journey from age 18 to 34. So I'm like, we don't really know where he was. So I'm like, what if it's all the same person? You just, it's not recorded in the Bible.
I'll say this. I feel like we don't worship these people or idolize these people. We just try to follow the example of what they said or they done. That makes sense. Like, we follow, today we follow our own, musicians. We follow Tupac, we follow Biggie, we follow Kanye, you know what I'm saying? So we think that the way they talk, the way they have that spirit, we want to have that spirit to embody us. For us, Muslims, we don't follow nobody. We follow the example what they said. Even Christians, even though Christians like idolize Jesus as God, I mean, how you idolize a human as God, I don't know. But it's interesting because, like I said, we just follow what they said, what they done, and try to we want to imitate them, but we try to spread a message. That's how I take it. When I read the Quran or any book, for that matter. Yeah,
but that's awesome that you understand the religion from that angle, because most people just preach up and down about something random, and it's like, it's probably not in the Bible. You know what I mean? It's probably, I don't think you got that from where you think you did.
I can't do that because I'm still human. I'm still learning myself every day, so I can't be like, oh, I'm the best Muslim in the world. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm still human at the end of the day. So that's how I feel.
Yeah.
Right. And understand that no matter the religion or whoever, as long as you're getting a message.
That's our problem. We go off of what. Oh, I'm a Christian. I can't talk to a Muslim.
Exactly. I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
Right? When you got your religions and your mind states and people who have their ways of moving, then they look at any other person who think a different way and automatically assume that they, right.
Yeah. Setting up our own borders.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Separation and separating ourselves just off, what we believe in.
Yeah.
And
we all dealing with the same problems. You know what I'm saying? If you be a Muslim, I'll be a Christian or whatever. If we all black though, we all dealing with the same issues. So it's like getting past that. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I've been through that. Like I was telling somebody, it was when I first started converting me in the Quran, and I was telling somebody, it was these girls I grew up with in church, and they had babies outside of wedlock, and that's when I was heavy trying trying to preach. And I knew I couldn't preach at all, but I had something I had to say. So they had babies, and I'm like, it's funny how y'all have babies, but y'all can't claim on Christians. She was like, what you mean? I said, in the Bible, y'all gonna they bash your sons. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want to see. At that time, didn't care what I had to say. So they was like, well, I got my baby, it's my baby. But I'm like, the scripture, you know what I'm saying? But now I'm like, let people live their life, bro. That's all you can do.
Yeah, it's one of those. So for slaves were given like an edited version of the Bible. So I feel like there's a lot of things that have been passed down that may not necessarily be true. And I just feel, I don't know. I'm just glad you see it that way now, because I'm like, we don't really know everyone's circumstances, and you know, life can get so crazy in like an instant. You know what I mean? 2020 has been
like I learned
all of that
to be
stuff.
more diverse.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Like I learned to be more diverse with people that have like a kind of side of my mindset, or learn how to address them in a different way. Because you can't preach to everybody. You can't force religion down their throat, because that turns anybody off. But you a good dude, but that religion down, I don't. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I take it.
Like that goes into spirituality as well. Because you know, first waking up and coming to, you all this information you want to tell, like yo, this, that. Then people look at you like, yo, I ain't trying to hear that right now. Right.
It's a lot to handle. Some of that information is a lot to kind of digest at first, because it's like, well, now the thing that you're telling me I've learned my whole life is not, not what I think it is. So
that's how it's with the.
You know, the good thing is, you know, we don't really have to be preaching to people like we think we do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All we gotta do is just be an example.
Exactly.
And have a conversation, like just be chill. Yeah.
But you gotta watch out for the older people, like our grandparents. That's what they watch out for.
It's just a lot of division. It's just like ageism, colorism, all the ism. It's just like, it's so much division and so much like competition, and like we can't really, I don't know, we just forget that, you know, everybody is human. You know, they are human, and like we're all trying to figure this out just like everybody else.
Just the older people, they don't listen, because it's like I love my older generation, but they just like, well, apart from Muhammad not in the Bible, I'm like, well, if you read the Bible, some people are foretold, but like it's like a continual book. Like the Torah, the Bible, the Quran, they all continual books people don't know about. And these things like, you know, this one book is good enough for you. Like, nah, be diverse, read more into what you believe in. You know, like people tell me, read the hadiths. I was like, I don't read the hadiths. The hadiths is like they said that apart from other people, Muhammad said all this other stuff that's not in the Quran. So I'm like, well, I want to read something that was said by you said it, you said that he said it, she said it, but did he say that for real? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yeah.
We don't know what he said. We don't know if he said that or not.
People don't do their own research.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
it's a touchy subject for real.
We all have smartphones. There's no excuse at this point.
Right.
So it's just like, get it together.
Some of the elders though, some of them be stuck in their ways.
True. I agree.
No matter what you telling them or what you believing in, like you gonna have your battles to where it's tradition versus what you believe in. They old school traditions and what they grew up or what they feel you should be carrying out, on what you feel is in your heart and what's truth. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
we have to walk
always
on
truth.
Yeah.
But that's one thing that I've learned. For Black people specifically, like there's so much trauma that has been passed down. So it's like, I do understand that old people can be hard-headed as fuck, but it's like this has been drilled in for so long, and it's one of those things that like, if you don't put in the work or you don't think you need to put in the work, you're not gonna do it. So it's just, I don't know. It's a very complicated thing, but I think I feel like our generation, because more of us are having conversations like this, so I feel like we might have to be the person, the people to kind of lead by example. To be honest,
that's what I'll be always on. Like, we need to be our own leaders, crown our own kings and queens, and just like always respect. Because I ain't gonna say that the elders is just stubborn and aimless, because it be some elders who are here trying to show us the way, and some of us be too stubborn to listen to it. So
true, yeah,
no. It's 50-50, let me say that.
We can be humble.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like but just finding that balance. But like at a time like this and now, I feel like what we be feeling and what we be going through,
we gotta be who we looking up to, or who we think we trying to look up to.
Yeah.
We need to be them leaders and be them people. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'll be preaching. Like, hey man, we need to be our healers, our doctors, our mothers, fathers. Type. We need to look to our tribe and our peoples, our generation as well. Because I feel like it's our time. It's our time to step up and be that for real, for real.
Yeah, and when it comes to the older generation, like from my experience, like I got my dad, and he's somebody I consider like real, like stubborn, real set in his ways, But yeah, like I see him like slowly coming around to how I'm seeing the world, and like seeing the truth of things, and
I got my mom. My mom to buy her first tarot deck recently, and I never thought that was going to happen. She bought the second one. I was like,
Shoot, my mama got a couple herbs and stuff.
See,
so
that's also another thing that I've been looking more into, because you just remember all those like old wives' tales where it's like, don't walk up under a ladder, don't let the black cat, black cat cross your path. So it's like all of those are so deep rooted in our history, and there's so many different things that is deep rooted, but we didn't really know what it was, especially like with herbs. Like working with herbs is something that our people have done forever. You know what I mean? But it's just like things are so like cryptic, because white people couldn't know that black people was doing.
Right.
Like y'all can't know. Y'all ain't go.
Let me see how to do it.
Yeah.
So you said it was a moon. We got a moon?
So on the 29th through the 30th, we have a full moon in Gemini, right? A lunar eclipse too. So what I'm going to be doing during this time, and I feel like everybody else should do the same thing, is take note of old patterns that you want to release, because the full moon is perfect for reflecting, because it reflects light, so, and it's good for releasing. So anything that you want to release, journal about it and then burn it, because this is, I feel, since it's such an intense energy, I kind of want to use it to like set me up for a better new year next year, so I'm like, I'm gonna be definitely using that energy for that as well. And then we also have Mercury in Scorpio. So Mercury rules communication and small distance travel. So right now, since it's in Scorpio, it is a little bit hectic, which the holidays, that's pretty normal. So, and also anything, Scorpio represents anything that is hidden. And since it's in the sign that represents communication, really think about the ways that you talk to yourself, because I know for me sometimes limiting beliefs can kind of come up, or that ego can kind of come up, and it's like, you can't do this, I don't, it's like, but it's like, you know what, I can though. And that's one of those things where now it's like I really pull strength from my own ancestors and from within, because it's like I know I have the strength to do what I need to do, what I want to do. So it's like, let me get rid of all of these things that is going to prevent me from getting where I need to go. So that's the thing that we need to focus on this next full moon. And don't worry about getting it like exactly on like the 29th or the 30th. You have 3 days before and 3 days after to kind of work with that energy. So just really be thinking about what you want to release, and what you want to manifest at the same time, or what intentions do you want to make for yourself. So I know, like, for me, sometimes change can be difficult. So I'm like, I'm going to be manifesting, like, flowing with change, accepting change. Because I'm like, I need, I feel like 2020 has really showed me that, like, if you're a little too rigid, this world can hit you at your kneecaps and, not, it's just rough. It's rough out here.
So
but
it's sounding like just like almost like a phoenix, just a...
Yes, that's exactly.
Burn that, burn the old away,
and be reborn into the person that you know that you are.
Exactly.
So I feel like that's the most important, like, astrological information right now. Just be really, really mindful of how you communicate to yourself, Make sure you are trying to think a little bit more positively. Because I know sometimes it'll be like, well, I don't think I can do, like, I have this great idea and it's like, I don't think I can do it. But then it's like, you know what? I can't do it all tonight. So let me just take the steps to like plan it out to do it. So it's just like shifting your way of thinking. Because I feel like, we all are very powerful. We just got to move some things out of the way first, So yeah, that's our astrology news for the week.
Astrology news for the week.
Yes.
So would that be the last full moon of this year? The last full moon of December?
No, there's one every month, but we are entering into.
That's what I'm saying. Will it be one? You said the 29th and 30th of December.
I'm sorry, November. Of November. Yeah. So like next week.
In December?
Oh
okay,
yeah. There's gonna be a new moon and a full moon, and then I think there's Don't quote me on this, but I think there's a couple of eclipses as well. So that's just gonna be very crazy energy. So it's just like, if something's feeling overwhelming, just take your time, relax, breathe. Yes, yeah, because we got some things we gotta do. We don't know what they are yet, but I feel like we have some awesome paths in front of us. But
it's crazy that when you think about like how there's natural energies that's causing us to act in the way that we act. It's not just all on us, and we end up carrying this burden of guilt, and we thinking negatively. It could be we under just a certain moon eclipse or whatever.
Because you remember, like I said, cryptic. You like the lunatics come at it at night, like lunar. So it's just like little things like that. So it's it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, man. The energies though. It's important to know the energies that influence you physically, mentally, and spiritually. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From the foods and actions and people we encounter physically, to the thoughts that we have daily, mentally, to the energies we unaware of. You know what I'm saying? Spiritually. So, we even got energies out here of different influences of that same spiritual essence that want us. That's trying to keep us down and stuff like that. But that's a whole nother conversation. We ain't gonna get into that. But anything else, bro? Man, you wanna talk about? I see the poet. Talk to me, man. I ain't heard of those.
Some roses are red, violets are I'm really kidding.
I ain't saying you gotta spit something down. I'm saying I do want to hear something. But like, what has started? What influenced you to get into poetry?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Like at first, I wanted to be a rapper, but as I realized slowly, rapping.
You still can do it.
At the time, I'm like, rapping wasn't my thing. Cause I'm like, I hated my voice. I used to go study with my homeboy JR, and I was in Atlanta. I hated my voice with a passion. I still do not hear it. I'd be like, that's me? Is that real?
It's all, yeah.
The same way.
Bro, I thought I was the same way. I thought I was the only one.
Nah, it's like, who the fuck is this on the track right now?
Bro, I'm not. That's not me.
Why you sound like that?
I'm trying to change your voice.
We had no synthesizers or nothing. Calm down.
It was
some compressor on there.
I went through that phase because like I used to write music. That was like a little rap, but that was rap for a minute. And I was like, no, bro, this ain't me. So I was like, all right, let me do something that I'm comfortable doing. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna be a poet. And that's when everything for me came a little more natural. I remember my senior year in high school, nobody knew what poetry until we had this poetry club me and my teacher came over with. And they were like, that's you, bro? I'm like, yeah, that's me, bro. And they're like, oh, okay. I remember one time, it was Valentine's Day, and my homeboy was like, hey, Jay, let me borrow one of your poems. I said, which one? One for my girl, bro. It's
You sell it?
I should sell
Are you going to be a ghostwriter? Is that your
I want to. I ain't going to fake it.
You should do that, bro.
That's some good money in ghostwriting.
Like, I don't think, what's his name, Quentin Miller. Like, yeah, that's me. But being poet is more like, it's more of a, more comfortable because I can tell my story without people know it's me. They say if you already know me, you know it's me. Like when Brody read it, he be like, yeah, it's you. I can know it's you. But if I can tell myself from somebody else's point of view, they be like, they know it's me. That expressing more where it came from. So it's more like that, bro. It's more of a Love Jones type of thing, but I ain't got no Love Jones yet. So
that's a very popular movie. So
I love it.
So.
When my friends put me back on that movie, now I was like, dang, I forgot all about this movie, bro.
That's dope, bro. Because I kind of started off doing poetry as well. Honestly, like music for me is just like therapy. Because it be times, like I said, everybody I was a foster child and stuff like that. So it'll be times where I'll be just sitting back and questioning life, like, yo, why am I in this situation? And when I didn't have people to talk to, just writing it out, writing, just saying it would be getting the pressure off of my body, off my soul. You know what I'm saying? So it started with poetry first. Then I was like, start making the beats. I always had a thing for music, so I started making beats and stuff. Started putting it to that. So that's what kind of led me to it. But this poetry, man, is everything. I love it, man. I love it. I really do.
You get trapped in your own thoughts. Like, man, I said that. Man, like that reach you. Like, okay,
and I really like how you explained it though. Like being able to tell your story from like a different perspective of like somebody not knowing it's you. Unless they know it's you. You like that's a perfect example because
I try because I don't know if I know everything about me.
Right.
I ain't that open now. You gotta use me for real.
Right.
My poetry's like a good, like a little. I always tell myself it's like a little letter to myself. Let's say like if I get old, I get senile or something. Dang, I did write that there. Dang, I remember that. I've been through that. Grandson, look at this. Like I want to be like that. Like I want to be able to like have my story out there to the point of people be like, dang, dude, powerful. That's how I feel. And then I want to reach the next person. That's all I want to do.
I want to share this lyric of this song. So this was, I was like looking up different astrological stuff, and that's when I kind of looked more into like what was happening with the moons. So, so it's really funny how your like spirit guides and ancestors can like talk to you, and a lot of times it's through music. So it's like it's just the universe, like how just God is so detailed. It's essentially what I'm trying to say. And so it's like you making some song and then it reaching some other person, and it's like hitting that those lyrics are hitting them at the right time. So I was like doing research about the full moon, and so there's this song, and I can like play it some other time or later or something like that. But the hook is like, you gotta make some room. You gotta make some room for the people that want to love you. And it was like, and it's just like the full moon is like release. So it was just like, so I don't know, just I'm not sure where your path's gonna take you, but I'm excited to see what happens.
It's a struggle because I still battle with that old depression sometimes. Like I want to shut myself out sometimes.
Yeah.
But people, like, I know people tell me it's write out, but some things you can't write out.
Right.
Ooh, that's one thing.
And like we talk about generations, sometimes some people shut you up to the point where you just be like, all right, I'm not talking. That's how I am. Like if I'm not feeling no more, I just stop talking.
Yeah, I know one thing that I've really been paying attention to is like the generations before us, this idea of like working super hard is like so important, but it's to where they're just so like depleted, and it's like the things that they want to do creatively, they can't do it.
Exactly.
Or
it's
like
the kids.
Yeah, so it's just like that's one of those things that I've been paying attention to. It's like I am like an artist myself, and I love to create, but it's like if I don't take a break, like nothing's happening. So it's just like that has been really important lesson that I've learned recently.
Yeah, that's the problem with 9 to 5s, man. Like, the whole job structure is like you just working so hard, at this spot that ain't of your, ain't of you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And you just it's draining your energy to where when you come home, you don't feel like doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You just you feel like, man, let me reward myself with some TV, you know.
I know, yeah. Video games, social media, anything.
I had a job like that, bro, where I was really in tune with nature and finding myself at this time. So I love being outside and stargazing and looking at the moon and all that. Man, I had a schedule where I went in before the sun came up, and by the time I got off, the sun was down. Bro, I wasn't seeing the sun.
You need your vitamin D.
I had to quit. I quit the job because I wasn't seeing the sun, bro. Like, literally. Like, I can't live like this.
Those fluorescent lights.
I cannot live like that. Like, I understand I need to make money and provide and all that, but bro, I can't see the sun.
Speaking of, seasonal depression is real. So please take your vitamin D. Because I know that's been helping me.
That's sun.
That better not be your reason you left your job for real.
Sometimes
I ain't gonna worry about that, man.
You don't want to say, hey boss, I need my vitamin D.
See, back then,
let me step out of it.
It was really some other situations, some racist situations, but that kicked it off. It's like, I'm already not even seeing this. And then you're already pulling all this other bullshit.
It ain't worth it. Yeah.
Hey boss, please, the sun, please.
The sun. I know y'all don't like it, but I need that's my.
We know you sizzle,
right.
but I need it.
I know you ain't messing with it.
We gotta make sure we taking in all that we could take in to deal with these circumstances, these stressful situations.
Exactly, right. That's my armor. Shoot, man. That sun, the track, my melanin, all that. Right. Keep them demons at bay. So.
And the sun food, the bee pollen, you know what I mean?
All that,
goji berries.
Yeah.
I'm trying to put me on that one day.
Oh
got some goji berries.
That stuff relax you because I was dealing with like tension, just feeling real tense and stuff, and take them goji berries to just relax you,
Yeah.
That's good, bro.
Yeah, I've been drinking.
It does a lot of other stuff too, help with like blood pressure. I'm sure you already know.
Just go and lace this with for the day.
Man.
Oh yeah, do you wanna drop? I mean,
that already there. It is.
Okay, yeah, I was like, do you wanna spit some more facts about the goji? Because I don't know much about them, so I would love to.
I know it also helps with like you were saying, I got it also in the powder form and taking capsules and things like that and making an eye wash. It also helps with like cataracts and your eyesight and different things like that. So I try to mix goji berry with the eye bright herb and different things like that. To help.
Oh, you say the what herb?
Goji berry and eye bright. It's called eye bright.
What's that eye bright?
That's just like to help for like cataracts and if you got like eye problems and different things like that. You can make an eye wash. Put it. I do a lot of powder forms.
All this
capsules.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So. Yeah, man, that goji berry though. What you was saying though? Keep on continuing.
Oh yeah. Okay, so with the goji berries,
you made it into a tea when you was feeling how you was feeling, or how'd you?
I just had the berries,
the straight berries,
dried. The dried berries.
Yeah.
Just ate about 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah.
And
so don't
good
take
to
much.
go. Yeah, it don't take much.
Okay.
Yeah, it give you energy too. It does a lot of good stuff. Bee pollen. It give you energy. It's good B vitamins. Yeah.
That goji berry be hitting, man. Get you some if you can. I wish I had, man. I need my herb like y'all. We slipping. That's my fault. Cause we're gonna try to give y'all the herb benefits and the herb magical benefits as well. Cause we also want to keep y'all in tune with the spiritual essence. Cause a lot of these herbs that we carry around us in the kitchen and things like that have magical properties as well.
Oh, they do. Listen, bring you some cinnamon, get you some
you.
money. Yes.
Garlic, different things like that.
Oh yeah. I got a clear. I remember. 4 Cycles of Life. He always, just to make sure he good, he'd be like, I'm not a doctor. So, don't come at me on that. Like, it's make sure you consult with a doctor if you, make sure it's good. Do your own research.
This is from all personal experiences. Our own,
Yeah, I was also trying to see if I could research something and that didn't work out.
Because it don't work for everybody.
Yeah.
there's rare people that can't even have fruit. I've heard of people that can't even take in fruit.
What?
Man,
You know,
Lord.
Is it because of the water? What I wonder what it is.
I don't know. There's a people out here. They got a name for them. They just can't eat fruit.
man.
What?
Yeah.
I'm like one of the things that you need to kind of survive or keep a healthy diet. You can't have.
Right.
That's so strange.
Can't eat fruit.
How that go? Let's eat fruit. Oh, nope.
Oh, man, so
they'll get their nutrients that the fruit have. They'll get it from somewhere else. You know.
God.
shoot, 'cause
I guess supplements then.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
supplements you can do
Yeah.
to get them still, nutrients and vitamins and stuff like that. But anything else, Jordan, man? Anything on your mind, bro?
We had topics. I forgot the topics was on top of my head. We talking about Islam. You said Islam.
Man, I ain't gonna lie.
Or what if?
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. What have been some like really important lessons that you've learned through?
I've been Muslim for a year.
Okay.
For
Yeah.
a
What
year?
have been those things that have
1
like
year? You said a year?
1 year, yeah.
those lessons you probably use like every day?
Well, I use it every day.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, keep my prayers up because we pray for times a day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't make always make my 5.
Yeah.
I probably make it 4.
Mm-hmm.
But not gonna lie to y'all, like those prayers keep me sane. Cause I be going through times I worry. I'd be like, I can tear something up, but my prayer alarm go off, and it's like.
So that's like a form of like meditation.
A lot of meditation, like praying to your creator. Yes,
Yeah.
trust me. Like today, I went through it. Like this dude, this older guy, was like eating pork. Naturally, we don't eat pork, but besides being religious, we shouldn't eat pork. Obviously, we know how sloppy the pig is and all that, and he's legit smacked it, and I'm right here next to this guy. So I'm like,
Ugh.
I'm like, dude.
I've been hungry, no more waiting for the tables to turn. I dig a pit, put on a stick, and I gather some wood to burn. Exercising all techniques in life that I learned. Cause I can let your gritty hands and everything that I earn. I'm self-made, and I'm just living all that I spoke. You still wearing a noose, and yet you trying to show me the ropes. Much respect, but I keep it strolling with 10 toes to the gravel. Hard to ask in other directions to roll less traveled. And so I lace my sneaks. Gotta adapt to how the snakes creep. I move with stuff in the jungle, cause they scheme on a black sheep. But I swing these bars forever. Yeah, he finna tee up on these lames who ain't